Well, it's summertime, which means we can finally continue our journey across the United Kingdom. So let's man the decks, hoist the rigging and pray to Odin as we head north in search of Britain's Viking past.
As a child, growing up in the 1980s, I was fascinated by maps and would spend hours studying them in my bedroom, tracing my finger over remote Asian mountain ranges and steamy South American jungles, imagining all the places I would visit when I was older. But there are few places on the atlas as intriguing as my own country's distant northern edge, those remote island archipelagos that jutted out of vicious seas far from the coast of northern Scotland. And the most fascinating place of all, the Shetland Isles that seem to be perched on the edge of the known world. Well, having visited most parts of the globe, the time has finally come to return home and fulfill a childhood dream of setting foot on those remote windswept islands. Join me as together we set sail for Viking territory.
Hello mate, one return to Port Glasgow please. I've heard it's very nice. £8? Bargain. Bloody hell, declined. Flipping views are falling on YouTube. I can't afford a ticket. Declined again. And so we begin our journey here in Glasgow, which is in a state of excitement as it's cup final day. Up the Gers, or Celtic, depending on who's asking. Let's now head down to the old port area to see what made this city so wealthy back in the day.
Port Glasgow, up the top.
Up the top, thank you very much. There we go. You going to Port Glasgow? Where are you going? Kilmarnock?
Yes.
What's there?
Not very much.
Oh, fair enough. See you later. Enjoy. She's off to Kilmarnock. We're off to Port Glasgow. What the?
Bold.
What are you doing here? Hello, mate.
Shetland Islands.
Shetland Islands? Me too. What a coincidence.
We're off together to the Shetland Islands. But first, Port Glasgow.
Port Glasgow, the Chernobyl. Aye.
Well, let's go and check out old Port Glasgow and look what we see as we get off the train. Look at this, gives you some idea about the history of this place. Old signs, railways, Scott Lithgow, the name of a yard, a Scottish working man. Here on the River Clyde. Well, it's very Soviet, isn't it? Flipping heck. It's like being in flipping Odessa or somewhere. Anyway, let's go and look around. Look what we're greeted by. You've got to say, Scottish towns have the nicest architecture in Britain. Look at this old red brick building, the old Star Hotel. Long closed down, of course, like bloody everything in Britain. But still, look at it. Look at this big red rock. And you can see the age of it. Look at this old sign. Open to non-resident Star Hotel. Look at that. Fully licensed. Amazing. This is history here on the streets of a small Scottish town. Look at this architecture. What's this place? Hello there. Hello, Mara. Just wanted to look at your little signs, your motivational quotes you've got here. Can I film it? Look at it. Never get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life.
That's so true.
Is that true?
Yes, very.
Who wrote these? Who is this genius of the town? Which one? What's your favourite?
Dance as if watching.
Yep.
Dance as if no one is watching. Sing as if no one is listening. And live every day as if it were your last.
I like it. If
'Cause
only
it
we
could
could follow
always
that
be.
rule.
I know it would be.
Well, I do.
Do you?
I dance all over the house, doing the housework. Sing, and I sing like
Let's
that.
hear a tune then.
No chance I can't sing.
There we go. Some lovely, friendly Scottish people with some motivational quotes to cheer us up on this. Well, I said earlier it's summertime, but it's a bit bloody windy and blustery and grey. But anyway, let's carry on, heading to where we're heading. Scott's Tattoo. Would you have a tattoo at Scott's Tattoo? Not too sure.
Go for a pint, mate. Do you want one in the
Absolutely, let's have one. Oh, a black ball. Oh,
It's
what?
fake. It's a fake pub.
That is what has become of Britain, thanks to Tory austerity, Shops nowadays is just as likely to be fake as they are to be real. This is how councils cover up their lack of investment in our cities. Look. Where this statue of two Scottish men with hammers represents the workers who used to work here on the River Clyde, the beautiful River Clyde. The River Clyde is where Britain had its dockyards that built the ships, that built the nation, built the empire. Ships that sailed here, from here in Glasgow, all over the world, forging trade routes, invading countries. Of course now, we don't build ships here. Probably some other nation builds our ships. That's how low Britain has sunk. But let's now go and take a look where these men would have lived. The men who built Britain. Guys, as I was leaving the statue, I broke into a little jog across this grassy field, slipped, rolled my ankle and pulled a hamstring. I've done myself in the first 5 minutes. Ben!
Hey, you crossed the Darien Gap, you can't walk across the little field.
I'm not as tough as a Clyde shipyard worker. Ah, my hamstring. Oh no, I'm in the shit. Ooh. Oh, I think the trip might be over. Flippin' heck. I made that fancy introduction for no reason. Oh. Well, when the Clyde was full of dockyards building the ships, they needed housing for the ship workers. And so in the very early 1900s, they built this place, Clune Park. These beautiful old buildings. But now, not much is left. This is like our Chernobyl. Everything abandoned, but little hints of the past, some kids' toys laying around in the grass. The grass where they would have played on Sundays, no doubt, after school, after church. Some curtains there, fluttering in the damp air. It is amazing that Great Britain has such a housing crisis, such a homeless crisis, when we have buildings like this that, well, before they were destroyed, could have been used to home people. But no, instead, no investment, austerity Britain. Just let them get destroyed. Wow. Look at this. Whoa. Someone's kitchen. Now a pigeon's home. Someone's sofa and living room. They would have sat down, watched TV in the evenings. Looked out over the courtyard. And through here, no doubt, what was someone's bedroom. Wow. Still left everything behind. The little hints of the past. Look at this. Tony's licensed grocer and newsagents. In the past, people living here would have come here in the morning, got their eggs, their milk, Daily Star, gone back to their apartment before work, had a bit of scrambled egg on toast for their family before making an honest wage. And here, look at this church, so indicative of Britain, built in the 18 or early 1900s, now without a roof. A place with history, a place that people would have got married, would have come on Sunday for service, would have christened their children, and now just left abandoned. No one cares anymore about religion or our churches. Benjamin? What do you reckon to old Clune Park?
Not ideal, is it? I mean, I normally say you can't fault it, but you can here.
You can
it's
fault
depressing.
it. It's depressing. And this is the First World War Memorial. The Toll Boys Monument, 1914 to 1990. And the names of the people from this very estate that gave up their lives. Men who downed tools in the dockyard, answered the call, and went off to Flanders. And now just a place to dump your flipping shopping trolley. Imagine sacrificing your life and your future for this nation, only for your nation to turn into this. My video, thank you. Carry on, ladies, carry on. So anyway, that's enough of Port Glasgow. We've now come into the city of Glasgow to watch the football with our new friends. Here they all are. Rangers is the club of the Protestants here in Glasgow, which is why you see the British flag flying in their fans section. Oh, wait there. Celtic are Catholics, and that's why they had the Irish flag, the divide of the city, signified by their football teams. Cheers, boys, thank you. Well, we didn't win, but we didn't win. But maybe next year. What is the Lackball like? Guys, may I ask you, what's the Lackball like?
I don't know.
Have you never been in?
I've been in. Shite.
It's shite.
Mate, it's fucking.
Who are you in?
Sorry, bro. Oh my god.
That's okay. Oh, it's kind of tasty.
It's nice.
Why do you drink Buckfast? Why not something else? Why Buckfast in particular?
It's strong.
It's a ritual. It's kind of
deeply
like
strong,
a ritual,
yeah.
mate. It's like you're gonna go out, you're gonna have a few drinks a night, so you get prees, you go cut a half.
Aye.
That's the
bang,
choice
you
of
go.
drink, is it?
Because say if you go to town, dear, like you get pricey, mate.
Hey, hello, girls. I heard this is the greatest pub in all of Glasgow.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm buying everyone in the pub a drink. It's on you guys. Drink it. Get it down. One more one to go on. Yay! Whose idea was this? Backpacker Ben's.
Your idea, mate. I want to go home like 6 hours ago.
Absolutely mullered.
Up the Gers.
Up the Gers. Welcome to Aberdeen. What is it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It looks old.
Oh yeah, it's very old.
Yeah? All right then. Okay, here we go. Thank you, girls. Between 1786 and 1852, thousands of men and women were deported from this city all the way to Australia. Many for crimes as petty as stealing a piece of bread. Hardly any of those Scots would return to see their homeland again. And this granite building behind me is the Victorian prison where those men and women were kept until the day of the departure, when they were marched up these stairs, shackled and chained, before being taken down this road towards their boat that would take them on the arduous journey. Let's hope our journey isn't too arduous. As you can no doubt hear, I'm not feeling too good. But there is our boat that will take us north to the Shetlands. Backpacker Ben,
Yeah.
you look a bit rough.
I'm feeling rough. How long is this ferry?
About 15 hours. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Come on then. We're off. Woohoo! Crikey, it's exciting. Britain's longest ferry journey. We're going to be nearer to flipping Norway than we are Scotland. Where do our foot passengers go to, sir? Where's foot passengers? Straight through there. Yeah, thank you. I bought my ticket, £50, including a bed of some kind. And look here in the waiting room, we're starting to see some Viking stuff. Look at it. The shields, probably not original, but of certain clans. Old Black Wolf, the dragon, bear's head, and an eagle. It's getting exciting. And look at the logo of the shipping company. It's a flipping Viking. pointing north. Hello there. Want to see my ticket? I'm good.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just checking where we're going. So you report lunch 1, seat number 32.
Seat 32. Oh, what's that?
So that's the key for the main door. You have to get, you have to use that to get in the pole lunch. Okay. So you're going upstairs, sharp turn to your right, and the door is on the right.
I'll find it. Thank you so much. Thank you. The lady gave me instructions, but I didn't understand a word she said.
I wasn't listening either. I'm too hungover.
Just don't know what she said. Her accent. Don't know. This is our ship anyway. The MV Shetland, which might mean Northland. I don't know. I'm going to ask at some point. Right, where's our bed? Pod Lounge 1. Pod Lounge 1. Oh. Hello there. Do we sit in any old pod or?
Well, take your ticket.
Yeah.
It should have your pod number on it.
I'm going to look now. Pod Lounge 1, Cabin 32, Pod Lounge 1.
Yeah. So the numbers are on the seat.
Ah, gotcha. So I'm 32.
Yeah.
Got you.
Just your age.
Do these things recline?
Yes.
Do it. Thank God for that. God. Right. We're in the Pod
That's
Lounge.
what the wee button is on the second.
Oh, sick bags. That might come in handy. Yeah.
Is this it?
This is our pod. Where is my pod? What number are you in?
I'm in pod number
Please don't be next to me.
34P.
I think you're behind me, mate.
Let's have a look. It's alright, isn't it?
Which means someone's going to be next to me that I don't know. Who's that going to be? I'm sharing a pod with someone. Oh, it's a little porthole. I can look at my pod partner and wave. Well, this is our bathroom, toilet. A few marks on the toilet seat. And this is the shower that you get to. It's all right, isn't it? I think I'm going to be okay. 15 hours. Look at this. We got ourselves a cinema. Tonight they're showing Bob Marley, One Love. Smallest cinema I've ever been to. But this is it. The Boat Cinema. One Love. Look here what I want to show you. It's a map of the Shetland Isles. Look at the Shetland Isles. Probably hundreds of little baby islands with the main one. And little names here. Probably a lot of Norse names. Gutja, Uvesound, Baltasund, Haraldsvik. Named after Harold Balder. Wow, what an interesting part of our nation. Well, we've cast off and we've set sail for northern seas with a terrible hangover, but we'll be okay. Bye-bye, Aberdeen. Look at these monsters of the sea. All for Britain's oil industry, which is just off the coast here of Aberdeen. Needs ships like this. Build the rigs, lay the cables, transport the oil. Our nation's wealth is built on ships like that. Benjamin, how are you enjoying our trip on the boat?
Mate, this is awesome. Look, we're in the middle of nowhere.
We are. We are in the middle of nowhere in the North Atlantic, but we're still in Great Britain, in our territorial waters, passing over there somewhere, the Orkneys, but we're going further on to the very end of our nation, the Shetland Islands. Look at it. And what time do you think it is? You might think, because of the sun, that it's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock. No, it's 11 o'clock at night. 11 o'clock at night, the sun still hasn't set. We're in the land of the midnight sun. Anyway, I'm going to try and get some sleep, despite the fact it's not dark, and see you guys in the morning. Ben, ready for it?
Let's go to bed.
Look, what a pod. Benjamin, how'd you sleep last night?
None. Zero.
How many hours you get?
None. Mate, look at the state of me. I'm shattered.
And he's got no jacket. He's come all the way to the Shetland Islands without a jacket. And look at the weather. Flipping heck. Well, like the Vikings in the late 700s, we've also arrived in the Shetland Islands. But for different reasons. They came for farming. They wanted to farm these fields. We've come for vlogging. Anyway, let's get off the boat and explore. Ben, what's your first impression of the Shetland Islands? It's a bit grim. Look at the lovely architecture. Jim's Garage. Apparently the best rental company in all of Shetlands. There's no one in the office. And we need a car. Without a car, you can't do anything on the Shetlands. No bus services. Come on, Jim's Garage, where are you?
Always wanted to go to nesting.
Nesting and delting and Mucklerow. Jim's Garage Rental. Best place in the Shetland Islands.
I would say.
She said so. Right, we've driven in Japan, we've driven in Afghanistan, we've ridden bikes in Vietnam, but have you ever driven in the Shetlands? No. Let's do it. Why are you playing with your knob? Right, the lovely lady at Jim's Garage has given us a map. So we're going to drive from here somewhere to up here somewhere. Let's go. There's a busload of flipping grannies, babushkas and jedushkas in the flipping place I want to show you. I'm going to have to go and vlog in front of them. How embarrassing. Let's go. Is it interesting?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Any Vikings knocking about still?
No, I didn't see any.
Didn't see any. All right. That was a British babushka. And we've come down here to look at one of the first Viking settlements in all of the United Kingdom. Imagine, if you will, you're a Pictish farmer here on the Shetland Islands. You look out to sea one day in the year 795 and you see a strange ship approaching full of men. Those men disembark and run up the beach towards you with their swords. You've just met the Vikings.
Come on, Ed.
That's exactly how they did it. And that's exactly what happened. This is a small Pictish village. A village that's been here for many thousands of years, in fact. The oldest settlement in the Shetland Islands. But in the year 795, or thereabouts, ships approached from Norway. The men ran up this beach and slaughtered the Picts, the original Scots. A lot of history in these islands. Well, welcome to Lerwick, which means muddy bay in Old Norse. It's the capital of the Shetlands. Let's go and have a little look about. Well, we've parked up beneath the cannons of Lerwick. Look up there. You see a cannon? To fight off invaders in the olden days. Let's go and have a look and see what it's like in old Lerwick town centre. The metropolis of the Shetland Isles. Is there a McDonald's or something around here, my love?
No, we don't really have
No?
brands like that.
Okay.
There's a chippy though.
Oh, is there? Here in Lerwick, you don't really have big names like down in the south where I or Benjamin live. We have little shops like this called Universal Stores. It's a little bit different. And up here, we've got the Shetland Parliamentary Office with our MP, Beatrice Wishart. Are you a voter?
There and very wokey.
Oh, do you not like the woke either?
Oh, God.
Oh, respect to you. Everyone's woke in this country, apart from us.
That's quite right. Must be. Yeah.
What's happened? Is that flip flag everywhere we go?
No.
The other thing that annoys me is you can't say that.
You
No, I'm
can't.
sorry, I've said it.
It's exactly. Well, everywhere you look in this little town, you can see little hints of the Viking past. Look on top of the Bank of Scotland building up here. You can see a Viking ship. See it? A Viking ship. There's Viking stuff everywhere on these Shetland Isles. See, Lerwick is like Britain, but Britain of the past. Everything's a little bit 1950s, 1960s-ish, including they've still got the old red telephone boxes. Look at this. And the phone still works. That is something you don't see in the rest of Britain, trust me. I've come to a Viking shop. Look, it sells all Viking stuff. And the gentleman who runs it has made me don Viking gear. Didn't expect that. Yes, sir. Wait, sir, you've got a weapon. Wait, he's got a knife. He's coming at me. Guys, this is Leo, who runs Ticket to Valhalla, the best shop in all of Lerwick that sells the best Viking stuff, and he'll make you dress up as a Viking if you come here. So be prepared.
But I'll show you how to make some money. Me and Ben are going to do the banking in a minute.
Are we going to? We're robbing a bank across the road with a sword.
Right.
Good plan, Leo. Right, that was Lerwick and Lerwick's most eccentric man. Let's jump in the car and continue. Yes, Benjamin?
Let's go.
Well, we are on Britain's most northerly road, heading to pretty much the most northerly town, a little place called Row. We saw on the map that the lovely lady from Jim's garage gave us. Let's go and see what's happening at the very northern tip of the Shetlands. Not much, probably, judging by this road. Well, myself and Benjamin have gone our separate ways here in Row. He's going to have a drive around, I'm going to have a walk around. Oh, look at this. The first house of Row. A Methodist church. Look at it. Built probably, I don't know, 150 years ago for the people of, well, what I suppose was, or is, a little fishing village. The North Sea comes right into this little village. Look at it. Clear water, you have to say, beautiful clear water. Even up here, the Royal Mail has to deliver. If you send a letter first class from Brighton to Row, it still needs to be delivered on time. Comes in on the plane, into a little car like that, taken up to the village here in Row. And what's this we have here? Something interesting. Well, look at this, the old World War I memorial in memory of the men of Loch End and North Row who fell in the Great War, and the names 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and on the other side 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and maybe on the other side more names, but at least 13 men went off to the First World War from little old Row and never returned to their little village again. Wowzers. The Great War took so many lives from these islands, even up here on the very end of the Shetlands. Over here we have a sheepdog being trained to herd up the sheep. They'll do that by whistles and sounds, and look, just a little pup. How do you know if it's going to be trainable?
If it's doing that, it's going to be trainable.
Got you.
If it sits at your foot and doesn't do anything, it's not trainable.
Right, right. Well, unless I'm imagining it, there's a flipping plane in someone's garden in the middle of Row. Look at it up there. Is it Aeroflot? Looks like it. Let's go and see. Well, it is a real aeroplane in someone's back garden. God knows what the story of it is, how it ended up here. I suppose it crashed at some nearby airport. Old FBMCY. Oh, maybe it was Aeroflot. Let's go and check out the beach of Row. What else am I going to show you? Oh, look who it is! Backpacker Benjamin on the beach of Row.
You never guess what, mate.
What?
I met a subscriber called Chris.
A subscriber to Backpacker Ben?
Yeah, yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
There you go, Ben's got flipping. At the end of the world, he's got a subscriber. Is there much to do around here in flipping Row?
This is about it, mate.
This is
more
it.
to do in Mongolia.
That's true, it probably has more to do in Mongolia than up here. Well, we made it anyway. We had a little look around, saw a plane in someone's garden, and that's it. The end of Britain. This is what it looks like. In case you were wondering, what does the end of Britain look like? Well, this is it. It looks like this. The town of Row. Well, as remote as Shetland is, there is in fact a place even remoter than this island. In fact, it's the remotest inhabited place in all of the UK. And we're going to fly there now with my bad chest. Let's do it. Are you not coming?
Not today.
No, we're from
You
Holland.
Norwegians or where are you from?
No, from Holland.
From Holland, godverdomme. Really?
Yeah,
I grew up in Dordrecht.
Okay.
34 Schottelstraat.
Okay.
Super.
I used to remember Bassie and Adrian.
Okay.
And the Efteling.
This is Adrian.
Yeah,
This is
my
Adrian.
name is Adrian. Hi.
Tingwall Airport. Britain's smallest airport. Hello chaps. We're on the flight to Foula. What should I do? Just hang around?
Yeah, feel free.
Yeah. Oh, look who's here.
Checking in.
Checking in to Foula.
Yeah, no one else is on it.
And look at this. This is the map of the Shetlands. And out here, all the way in the middle of nowhere, is Foula. Here in the terminal building, there's some literature to read, and there's one book called The Edge of the World. It's about a movie that was made in Foula in the 1950s with some old pictures. Where are the pictures? There are the pictures, look at it, and what it looks like today. Look at that. I should take it with me and we can repeat our Crivy Rig adventure. Well, our plane is here. Yep. Mind your leg, lads. We're in front of you, apparently. Flipping it.
Where's that going?
Just
Come
tell
on.
me.
No,
What are
you
you
can
can
do
do
it.
it. You can do it.
Even if it was just for
Come on.
to see you'd done it.
Come on, Benjamin. You can do it.
What are you doing? You've got to bring that there down. The flat piece there, put that over like that. Next to Ben's leg.
Ben can't do a
got it,
seatbelt.
mate. Nice one.
That's it.
Amazon packages. Oh, that's how they do it. How you doing?
Very good, and you?
Good, yeah, lovely. Right then, let's look at what we can do on old Foula. Here's a map to show us what interesting options we have. Not many. Look for a puffin and look for some sheep. There's only, believe it or not, 30 people that live on this island. There were many more before, but in the 1700s they had the plague, a smallpox outbreak a couple of times, and so it killed many of them off, and the population never recovered. But let's go and have a look around. Benjamin? What do you reckon then?
What do we do?
We walk and hope that we meet one of the 30 residents, and he's friendly. And wants to be on camera. We shall see. If not, no problem. Just fascinating being in a part of Britain that hardly anyone's ever seen before. And there goes our only way off the island. We are now stranded for the next 3.5 hours. And look here, which way do we go? We've come to a junction. We can go south to the lighthouse and kirkyard, or we can go north to the postbox school and community hall. Communist hall would have been fun. Let's go to the lighthouse first. We go this way. Come on, Benjamin. Through the lonely streets of Foula. Well, look at this. This island seems to be dotted with old structures like this. Abandoned. Oh, there's a bird there. Hello. You okay? Oh, flipping bird just spat on me. Calm down. Abandoned crofters, little cottages, dotted all around. Look at this. These thick walls now overtaken with moss. But before the Great Plague of the 1700s and the smallpox outbreaks, Foula was much more populated. There would have been people all over scattered around here. Crofters, farmers, sheep herders. But now, hardly anyone's here. Wow, look at this place. What a strange part of Britain. Well, as we walk towards the old cemetery, I want to give you a little fact that I thought was very interesting, and I'm pretty sure you don't know. Foula is the only part of the United Kingdom that still uses the Julian calendar. It doesn't use the Gregorian calendar like Britain started doing in the 1750s. It used the Julian one. They celebrate Christmas on this island in the middle of January and New Year in the middle of January, just like the Russians. I knew I'd like it here. Hello, boss. Can I look around your graveyard?
You can, if you want.
Thank you very much. Is this the only graveyard on the island, so that everyone will be buried here, basically?
More or less.
More or less, yeah?
Are you
Crikey.
recording me?
Yes.
You should ask me first.
Okay, may I record you?
Well,
this is the only graveyard on the island, and look at some of the names. Walter Manson died in May 1887. Wow. The history of the island here. And you'll see that many of the gravestones have kind of been broken off. They're little. Look, like this little one. And that's because in the 1800s, not only was grave robbing a business, so was gravestone robbing. People used to come and steal gravestones in churchyards, take them home, rub them down flat, and then resell them to other people. And that's what happened here. A man came to this island in the 1800s, telling the locals he wanted to remove their gravestones to clean them for them and bring them back. He never returned. Wow, a dodgy Victorian. Well, we're here at Baxter Chapel of Foula, the last remaining church on the island, and it's open. Check it out. Think how many people have been married here in this church, the Foulands as they're probably called. Here we have the Holy Bible, placed by the Gideons. Benjamin, join me for the sermon. For it was on the 7th day when Luke said to Jesus, "Thou shalt subscribe to bald and bankrupt." I've seen some Shetland ponies, the little tough breed of horse that comes from this region of the world. Look.
Yeah, but she's the biggest pony on the island.
She's the biggest pony on the entire island?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's 40.5 inches.
Wow, how old is she?
It's measured here. She's 14 now.
14, oh, they live to that long, do they? Got you.
Oh yeah, the oldest pony on the island, well, she's died recently, but she was 36 at least.
Were you born and raised here?
I wish. Since I'm
What do you like about it? Is it just the remoteness and just like no one hassles you? You can just ride your horses wherever you want to go, and just a very simple lifestyle.
The absolute freedom of everything.
Do what you
like,
want. Yeah.
Less for like the plane, which is an hour
Yep.
twice a day, and I work on the boat too.
Okay.
Then you can do anything else
Yep.
whenever you want.
And no one annoys you or tells you to turn the music down.
Yeah.
This is the old pub of Foula. Look at it. They used to come here and get drunk back in the day. The crofters and the shepherds and the smugglers probably. And now all that remains is this. The old British phone box. No longer working. And no longer serving pints. Oh, I've still got a few birds in the pub. Oh, look at this on top of this hill. Is a war memorial. I presume it's Britain's, well, loneliest war memorial. Let's read what it says. It says up here, "To the glory of God and in the memory of the men of Foula who gave their lives in the Great War, 1914 to 1919, and their names." Imagine that, young men. And all they'd known their whole lives was this island and this community, and suddenly they were taken off to fight in a war that, well, didn't really affect them here on the island, did it? Men who gave their lives in Flanders and France and Holland, Germany, maybe further afield. Men from this island, and this is the memorial to them. Well, our time has run out on Britain's most remote inhabited island. It's been fascinating. I didn't even know this island existed until literally 2 days ago. That's how far it is from everything else. But, I mean, the people that live here, the people that I didn't seem to bump into, I don't know where the hell they all are, well, they're as much British as I am, or anyone else in the nation, even though they are here on the very edge of the country. I mean, people from this island, as we saw, went off to war to fight for Britain, laid down their lives for Britain, some of them. So, yeah, it's been fascinating. And, well, let's get back on the plane and head back to Shetland Island. Well, we're back where it all started a few hours ago. Britain's smallest terminal office. You got a phone, and more importantly, you've got a Holy Bible. So you can pray before getting on the flight home. Look, the fire brigade is chasing the sheep off the runway. The plane couldn't land because there were too many sheep on the runway, so the woman had to chase them off. There she goes. You can do it.
So that bit goes
Come on, Benjamin. Second time today.
Oh, stop talking, mate. She's trying to tell me.
So if you use this bit as a letterbox and then the little bit between you as a letter.
You can figure it out. Stress. Oh.
Where's this
Ben
going?
can't do his seatbelt.
Come
Come on.
This bit for now.
Right, there we go.
It's a little bit in there.
Little bit in there.
In here, yeah?
There you go. Of course not like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
Thread it through the thin bit.
this is a letterbox, post a letter.
Oh my god. Oh, finally he's done it. Bye-bye, thank you. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Backpacker Ben's a little bit annoyed. So I've got a flight down to Gatwick and Ben's on the ferry back to Scotland. Sorry, mate, but it was the last ticket. I had to take it.
Secretly booked it behind my back. Agreed to take the ferry. Brought me to this f***ing island with no content at all.
Mate, I'm sorry, but the lady on the phone said, we've got one seat left. It's normally reserved for dignitaries. You are something of a VIP on our islands. We'll give you the ticket. You and Timmy Carter not my level, mate. So you two, you got to go on the ferry. Raise your game. Might get VIP tickets too. Take me to the airport, please.
Stop it, you prick.
And without saying goodbye, Backpacker Ben is off to catch his ferry. Well, that's it, guys, from the Shetland Isles. Never filming in the UK again. Bloody freezing. See you next time, somewhere warmer. Ben does his intros in the morning, holding us up constantly. Look, watch this. He's going to try and do one now.
Don't put me off, mate. Come on, we've literally got 5
I'm
minutes.
not putting you off, just waiting. I've not done anything, I'm just waiting. How can you just do your intro? It's got no battery and we're off to the remotest island where there's no electricity to charge. Right, come on now. I want to get on this flight, for God's sake.
Well, here we go.
Here we go. So, behind the scenes.
Right then, let's get to the airport and fly to...
Fly? What was that? And fly? Why didn't you say fly? Mate, seriously. And fly? Right, just say it normally like you would normally. I'm giving him tips.
Right then, let's get to the airport and fly to the remote... Oh, get out of the car.
Why?
You put me off.
I haven't done a thing. Not my fault you're unprofessional. Don't revise.
Island revise.
Come on. You can say it.
Most islands in the
The most
UK.
remote island.
And supposedly it's got the world's smallest airport. Right,
here we go.
Right then, we're in the car. Let's get to the airport and fly to the most remote islands. Right then, let's get to the airport. We've got a flight in 1 hour to Foula, the most remote island in the UK. And supposedly the airport is the most... Oh, why do that? I was fucking going well.
I don't know what I meant to have done.
Well, you went...
I've got a bad throat. I went... Right, do it now.
Flight's in 15 minutes, mate.
Come on now. Oh yeah, you're right, actually. We've got a flight to catch. Come on. Fucking hell, he's deadly. Coached him for years, still can't do it.
Right, we're in the car. Let's get to the airport and fly to the most remote island in the UK. And supposedly the world's smallest airport. It's just down the road, apparently. Let's do it. God, we start this car.
The car didn't start when he wanted to look cool. Didn't handbrake off, for sake, mate.